All right, thank you so much for joining me. I am the AirJobBoss. You have reached AirJobBoss TV, where I go over interview questions, and this is a continuation of the pilot interview question and answer series. And today we're going to answer this question. If you could do something over, what would you do over again? Or if in something in the past you could change, what would you change? Now, it's important if you have a big negative like a criminal history of FAR violation, a suspension, driving, too many driving tickets, check ride failures, something of that nature that you have not discussed. You may want to discuss that at this time and get with a professional one-on-one interview prepare if you have a big negative. Now, if you're going to bring that up, you should talk to a professional, because if you have a big negative, this is a little bit tricky. It can totally be one of the best answers you have, and they will be listening, but you really want to make sure that you get professional preparation if you have a big negative. So if you don't have a big negative, okay, you're going to make something up small. Now, something small is obviously going to be based on your personal experience in your life. If you're in the military, it could be like, well, I wish I would have gone to a different base. I wish I would have instructed because I feel like I could have, helped more people. If you're in a charter operation, you could say, well, I wish I also would have instructed more. I wish I would have tried to fly this airplane or that airplane. Something small and something related. Now, if you're in a commuter airline, you could say, well, I wish I would have, maybe selected my airline, my commuter airline a little bit more carefully because of these reasons. And that's why I have selected you, which has gone through a long vetting process. And this is my number one airline. Anyway, here is actually one of the easiest answers to this. And it shows that you just love flying. Here's the answer. If I had to do it all over again, I would have started this a lot sooner. I would have asked my parents to let me train how to fly a lot younger. I know some people that were very young when they started, 15, 16. I didn't start till I was 21. I really love this environment. This is really what I was born to do, and I have a deep passion for it. I feel that my talents and my experience on this planet are best used being a professional pilot, and I just wish I would have begun this process earlier, because I would have been so much further along and known so much more. So now I take every opportunity to really enjoy this and to experience as much of aviation I can, to learn as much as I can, and to apply my skills as often as I can. Yeah. So that's kind of a very easy one to say. I wish I had started this whole process early. Now, if you have a big negative, like I failed a check ride, I really wish I had studied more for this check ride, because that failure affected me a lot. Now, I felt that it was a negative for so long, but what I've learned from that failure has really helped me in every other training since then. Now I have a process to be more successful through all modes of training. Yeah, you're going to go down that line. If it was something like, well, I really wish I wasn't speeding around in, my sports car and got those 5 tickets that I have to disclose to you today, because it's a little bit embarrassing, and I know that speeding around is not exactly the most, safe behavior. I find that I'm embarrassed about it now, and I don't engage in that behavior at all, but it is an embarrassment for me to bring it up, and I really want to work here, and I want you guys to understand that my priority is always safety, and my professional life is somewhat a little different at times from my personal life in the past, and now I've used to meld those together, and my everyday operation is to actually act as if I'm a representative of the airline I work for, because whether it be in public, on the job, on social media, etc., I realize that when I come to your airline, I'm really a representative of your airline. Yeah. So if you have, this is a good question if you get it, because it allows you to do a lot of activity with it, tell them a lot of things with it. And if you get this question, you have an opportunity to really tell them something important. And this kind of open-end question, they really are quite listening to it, All right. I'm the AirJobBoss. If you have an interview coming up, I would heavily recommend you get some sort of professional preparation. About 20% of people don't make the interview, currently. this is year 2022. About 20% aren't making the interview. And I have been told by the professionals that interview, we can tell if somebody is not prepared. Now, whether you prepare yourself with a friend, family, or professional, please prepare in some way. If you want to know more about AirJobBoss and how I prepare people for their pilot interview, click the link below at airjobboss.com, or you can email me with any question at info@airjobboss.com. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next video.